Check it. All right, guys, so we got another update for AMC, APE, and GME. We're looking at the technical analysis for those three stocks, and then I break out the fundamental data and break it down for AMC and APE. There's some particular things that we have to look at. Cost of borrow rates rising, and all of these things are bullish for AMC and APE. And also GME with bullish fundamentals improving is making shorts want to cover. Again, bullish fundamentals for these stocks like AMC and GME are good because it destroys the short thesis and gets institutional shorts out of the play. So this is exactly what we want to see with these stocks, as well as the overall global economic macro picture downgrading. Not that we want to see pain, but this is going to put the pressure on these hedge funds and make the right domino fall, which will trigger the MOAS. So we have the data to prove all of this. Don't let anyone tell you different. Apes predicted the current market crash. Let's go and check out the charts, the facts, and the data and see what we have going on. Guys, what's up? You're back for another update with Data Zero, and in this video we're going to look at AMC, APE, and GME. I'm going to do the technical analysis on those three stocks, tell you what to look for, give price predictions, and we're going to talk about the fundamental data for AMC and APE. So let's go ahead and hop in the charts and see what we have going on. So guys, if we go ahead and zoom into the smaller time frames right here, as you guys can see, we have this beautiful double bottom forming off of this $4.30 range. So $4.30 right here, we have a bottom number one and bottom number two. So we have this beautiful double bottom formation, which could push us up to $4.60, that $4.60 range. And if we can get above the support and resistance of $4.60, we will be coming up to that $5 range and be able to test that $5 to $6 level. And if we can get above $5 to $6, then we could see some nice action to the upside, because if you guys remember last week, things can get crazy once we get above those levels, and there is a lot of gamma in the options chain giving us the momentum we need if we can get above that crucial $5 level. Now, what I'm thinking we're going to close by the end of the week is around the $5 range. Now, it's not because the max pain is $5 for AMC, but from all the technical analysis, all the data that I'm gathering, we are going to close around that $5.50 range as far as I can tell. Now, for a high for the closing for the week, AMC, I think $6 is very possible. Absolute low is $4, but me, in my personal opinion, I think we're going to land around that $5.50 range. So that is what I'm looking at for the technical analysis on AMC. If we go ahead and look at the 4-hour time frame, things are looking extremely bullish on the 4-hour time frame, which is a great time frame to look at. We have this overall uptrend that we see here. This has not broken as support. It's been holding for quite some time, several days now. And we have the breakout of this technical pattern. We have the breakout, then the retest. So we should be getting the bounce to the upside to at least $5 to $6 off the technicals of that breakout. If we go ahead and put on the super trend, we can see that we do have a green 4-hour buy signal. And if you look at the green 4-hour buy signal, it normally hits pretty good. As you guys can see, it normally is associated with nice movements to the upside. So this is what I'm looking at as far as indicators are for AMC. And if we go ahead and put on the Bollinger Bands on the weekly time frame, we can see something very, very interesting, because the Bollinger Bands are starting to constrict on the weekly time frame. Anytime this happens, you guys can see we get large pops to the upside, because bands are indicators of large movements. They normally squeeze into each other before a large movement. And as you guys can see, Bollinger Bands squeeze tight, large movement, Bollinger Bands squeeze tight, large movement. And as you guys can see here on the weekly time frame, as the current time right now, Bollinger Bands are squeezing very, very, very tight, and we could get a large pop to the upside. So that is looking very, very bullish, as well as the green weekly MACD. So on the weekly time frame, we have green weekly MACD, and that is normally associated with these large movements to the upside. So the movement there for AMC to pop is there. The ability for AMC to pop is there, and we also have the technical breakout of this 2-year downtrend falling wedge, which we are breaking the downtrend and forming a new uptrend to the upside. Now this could take several weeks time. As you guys can see, this is weekly candles. This is a huge pattern. It took 2 years to play out, so the upside from the technicals could take time, but there is a nice breakout from this pattern. If you guys go ahead and take the poll, so you want to take the low to the high, and that can give you your poll. And as you guys can see, we can move that over to our breakout point, and it puts us near or around all-time high. So this is very bullish for AMC, even though things don't sometimes seem like it, because you're looking at the smaller movements day by day. If you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, when in doubt, zoom out, you guys can see that we have bullish momentum on our side. So if we go ahead and look at the cost of borrow for AMC, so I'm going to go ahead and put the cost of borrow up. You guys can see that the cost of borrow is increasing. So this is very, very bullish for AMC, and let me tell you why. Because it puts pressure on the shorts. This makes the amount that shorts have to pay to open up more short positions increase by up to 200% on average. So this is very, very bullish for AMC in my personal opinion. I was saying this is bullish for a specific reason. Why? Because it puts pressure on the shorts. So if they want to open up a new short position, they have to open it up at 200% short interest cost of borrow. And it also puts pressure on the current shorts because they have to pay more to hold the stock, and it costs nothing, apes nothing to buy long shares. So that is why it is bullish for AMC for the cost of borrow to go up, and it can also help alleviate some of that short pressure that we see constantly, because if you look at the shares available to amount to borrow, they haven't been able to get more than 100,000 shares available to borrow at any one time, and that is because the cost of borrow rate is going so high. So again, this is looking good for AMC. This can alleviate some of that short pressure that we see constantly, some of that manipulation, and we can move to the upside if the right circumstance happens, if we have the right catalyst, the right domino falls, because the global economic picture is very, very important as well, because if the right bank falls that holds the right short position for AMC, that could cause one hedge fund to cover, and then another hedge fund cover, and another, and it's a domino effect, and this thing can keep going and going and going. So if we go ahead and look at APE short interest, it's only reported at 6.42% short interest reported, but if you look at Yahoo's #1 most shorted stock, it is APE. So APE is a gold mine to me, in my personal opinion, because if you buy this stock, first of all, it can be converted to AMC. So if it's converted to AMC right now at $1.45, it will be converted to $4.47. So you make all that profit difference. So that's one reason APE is genius. It might be much harder to hold because they short it down and they keep shorting it, but the cost of borrow rates also show us how desperate they are to open up new short positions and keep the stock down at any cost possible. So AMC and APE are highly manipulated. They are hard stocks to hold, but if you can hold them, there is a great reward at the end of the tunnel, especially I think for APE, and it is a controversial opinion, but I think that APE percentage-wise will squeeze more than AMC because of all the manipulation if it were to squeeze, let's say, before it was converted. And if we look at APE, APE is also breaking out of a bullish technical pattern called a falling wedge. So it's basically been trending down, boring people out, making people get shook out. I see comments like, hey, should I sell APE for AMC? No. In my personal opinion, no, you should not. Why? Because we're breaking out. You could see APE at a new high of $3.36. This could be a new high. If you go ahead and take the poll right here, I already have it, and put it to the breakout, it puts us to about $4 at $4 range. So I do expect APE in the near future. Now again, this could take time. This is not something that's going to happen in one day, but I could see APE trading around $4 before the conversion if it continues up on this path. And as you guys can see, the technical path has been confirmed because we got the breakout, then the retest, and now we are bouncing to the upside. Classic breakout of a nice falling wedge, bullish continuation pattern to the upside, continuing this uptrend that you guys see. So we have a higher high and a higher high. What comes next is another higher high, and that's what this bullish continuation pattern is confirming. So that is what I'm looking at for APE, and it is extremely bullish in my opinion. And if you go ahead and look at GME, GME is forming a massive falling wedge after this beautiful move to the upside. Guys, this is extremely bullish. GME holding these holding these levels. People are basically taking profits right now. People that made this move, they're taking profits. So they took profits yesterday. A lot of people took profits very quickly, but then some people, sat hope for this to maybe pop a little bit higher because we were approaching that $28 to $30 level. And if we get above $28 to $30 on GME, things could get very crazy. That is the golden level for GME. The same thing for AMC, but it's $8 to $12. So if we get above $8 to $12 on AMC, that is the same thing in my personal opinion, because if you zoom out, you guys can see there's little support and resistance, and we could just see volatile candles if we get above that $8 to $12 levels on AMC, and the same thing for the 30 or $28 to $30 level on GME. And that puts shorts so much underwater if we get to those new levels. If we can move up to those levels, it puts new shorts under such water, and it puts the old shorts underwater, I believe, so much. That's why they try to keep us under these key levels on these stocks. But again, talking about GME, is forming this beautiful, beautiful falling wedge. This is going to be, again, a bullish continuation pattern to the upside. People are taking profits throughout these 2 days. This could break out either tomorrow or Monday. I am looking for a possible breakout of this falling wedge. So what we want to look for is a pop to the upside, retesting it, and then a move to the upside. Again, this could take a day or two to happen, but this is bullish in my opinion. Holding these levels, not dropping back down to its original levels of $15, is very bullish in my opinion, even though it doesn't seem like it. So I'm looking for GME to hold support at $20, at least, so we can see a continuation to the upside. The lowest I want to see this thing come is about $20 to $18 for it to remain bullish. But if you hold these levels of $22, $20 and keep these levels up, I'm expecting it to come up, retest these highs of $27 around here, this recent high of $27, and then break to the upside, and we could see some nice action on GME in my opinion. So let's go ahead and look at the fundamental data for APE. So we can go ahead and look at the call options. Call options, there is a ton of gamma in the options chain as normal. As you guys can see, if we get above that $5 to $6 range, we could easily have a clear gamma ramp up to about 10, maybe even $12, and that is just my personal opinion viewing the call options chain. Short interest for AMC is at 24.39%, and of course you see short squeezes off 8 to 10%, so we have plenty of short interest for AMC to squeeze. And again, this is very, very bullish in my personal opinion. So if the right domino falls, if the right piece falls, we could see the next piece falls that will cause the MOAS and trigger the squeeze. So guys, that is basically it when I'm looking at for the three stocks. Again, cost to borrow rate for AMC going up 200%. We have failure to delivers, of course, as well, up to 12 million%. How they got this off the threshold security list without covering these FTDs is beyond me, but this is proof of the manipulation, keeping track of it. And we have shares that are being purchased out of the open market because T plus 35 closeout date, which could lead to a bullish increase in price. As you guys can see, last time FDD spiked, we had a spike in price, and last time they ran up, we had a spike in price. So this could be more powder to the powder keg to make AMC pop. And of course, there's all these things in the background, like the FTDs, the short interest, the failure to delivers, being number one on the short list for all of these stocks, things that could make these things absolutely explode. GME being locked up 61% of the float, drying up liquidity in GME, all of these things could be triggers for short squeezes in these three stocks. And of course, the overall global economic macro picture, in my personal opinion, is going to contribute to these stocks squeezing. So guys, not financial advice, but I suggest buying more MOAS tickets before it's too late. In my personal opinion, getting on board, making sure that you get the best prices possible, maybe even making some swing and day trades while you're waiting and making some money on the side. But I can help you do that if you like, but not financial advice. Go ahead and check out my technical analysis, my fundamental analysis, but these are my predictions. Again, AMC at around $5.50 for the close of this week, a high of $6, a possible low of $4. I'm thinking APE's going to close around the $1.50 range, maybe $1.30 at the low, $1.60 at the high, and I'm thinking APE or GME tomorrow closing, and this is of course tomorrow for all of these, closing around 22 $23. I think it's going to close 22 for the low and 25 for the high. So guys, that is my prediction for the technical analysis for these three stocks. Hopefully you found the video informative. I know I did. If you did, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe for more content like this, and as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. Alright guys, that was the video, and I thank each and every one of you that watches to the end. If you like this content and want to see more, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord, where I drop other updates. You can ask me questions, whatever the case may be. And remember, with this global economic picture downgrading, not that we want to see Americans hurting, but with the banks falling, with the liquidity getting drier, things tightening up, we could see the right domino fall at any moment. So let's go ahead and relax, look at the data, and stay focused. As always, guys, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.